Alright, this is Karic Wormblade. I'm here with my buddy James again.
How's it going, people?
We're here with the top 20 list. We're starting at number 20. And just to say a few things about this number 20 video, the Misfits were hot. The main singer of this was hot. And, most guys are going to probably lie and say, oh, we didn't watch Jam.
Again, do not be a lie. Don't be the lie. Just own up to it, admit it, you watched it, let it go.
Come on, look at her. Okay, now Jam, she took us into the 90s. She made rock.
Okay, this is my only problem with the show. This is my only problem. The one male character that hangs out with the band and has conflicts of love interest with both Jim and Terica, who, by the way, are the same person, can't tell them apart. He's kissed Jerica. He's kissed Jim. He's picked up Jerica. He's picked up Jim. They're the same height. They weigh the same amount. They kiss the same. Yet he can't tell that Jerica and Jim are the same person. Like, you have to be crazy not to know that.
I have to agree. It was the time when he actually kissed, I think it was Jerica, and he had walked away from her, and he's like, something about see you later, Jim, or something, and she's like, oh, like she was like, oh,
And it was totally explained away later. It's like, you reminded me of Jim for a second. I'm sorry about that, Jerica. I'm like, what?
Okay, this next one was Pac-Man. Now, you gotta love this show. This show had so many, the ghosts, especially when the baby eats those power gems and starts eating everything. Oh, it was awesome.
I only got one thing to say. He's got Pac Power!
Pac-Man, that's me. Pac-Man. Oh, I must have those power pellets. Go find me the power pellet bonus.
Coming in 19 is Pac-Man.
Great. It was a great show, because in the 80s, everybody was playing that video game, and then when it was like, oh yeah, we're going to make a TV show out of it. Well, sign me up!
Yes, exactly. Sign us up for it. It was awesome. It was Pac Power. And this next show, it has a catchy jingle.
Yes, it does. So why don't you come along?
Swim along with the snorks. So much to see waiting for you and me. Have some fun with the snorks. Play along with the snorks. Sing along with the snorks. Happy we'll be living under the sea.
that show, I have to admit, was I think they kind of brought it from like the Smurfs, because I remember they did an episode with them and the Smurfs.
Oh no, they were created around the same time, but like, for me, the Snorks, the song says it all. If you could breathe underwater, where would you go?
Exactly.
If you had friends underwater, who would you know? I mean, like, they were underwater. That was the coolest thing ever. Also had an octopus for a dog.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So it's just like, every time the Snorks came on, I actually went and put on a pair of swim trunks, grabbed a snorkel, and sat in front of the TV.
Well, I did something similar. I had the little goggles that I would wear because I knew I was going underwater, but that was about all I grabbed.
Oh no, I went for broke. The Snorks were my best friend. So I was going underwater.
You were going underwater. Now, before we even really get involved into this one is a very good show. It was the basis for a bunch of others that they ended up making afterwards, which we'll discuss after the video.
Long ago, 7 Dragon Balls were forged and scattered over the face of the planet. Once united, the Eternal Dragon will be called forth to grant the discoverer a single wish.
Dragon Ball, gotta find that Dragon Ball. Don't stop until you got them all, the 7 magic balls. It's all you gotta do to have your wish come true. Get that Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball. The greatest test of all is to find that 7th ball. Danger all around you, villains everywhere. Evil lives around you, keep on searching, but beware. Goku, he's gonna show you. He's gonna help you find the way. Goku, he's gonna show you. He and his friends are gonna save the day. Dragon Ball, there's always evil lurking till the dragon calls. You won't believe the magic in those 7 balls. Everybody's searching for the Dragon Ball.
Long ago,
Now, coming into 17 was Dragon Balls. Now, they came up with a lot of other shows after Dragon Balls, like Dragon Ball Z, and a few others. But this show here had to have been the awesome show. This was the one where,
Okay, before you even finish that thought, I have to say this. Alright, for anyone who's going to complain, I'm going to nip this in the bud now. It was not Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT. It's not his fault. He was pretty much done with DBZ after the Frieza arc. They threw more money at him. It just got bad. And when he was completely done, because he had completely destroyed it for everybody, nobody really wanted to watch it anymore but Cat, because, well, he's a great inventor, animator, and it's just all around great guy when it comes to storylines, but he was pretty much fed up. They again threw more money at him. He had no choice.
yeah, pretty much he had to come out and do more. And
But now, here are the good things about Dragon Ball. This is basically the start of something epic. We have Son Goku, who's actually named after the character from the fable Journey to the West, who's is actually a reference to the Monkey King, hence the reason why he has the whole tail and turns into a giant ape during the full moon. We actually get to see him grow up and do some pretty epic heroic things. We go on a journey with this kid as he grows into a man. And I mean, he has an army after him. There's an evil alien god who wants to conquer the world and kill him. And it just... he goes through so much. He grows as a person. You get to meet all of his friends when they're kids. You get to meet Krillin. You get to meet Yajirobe, Yamcha, Bulma. You actually get to see him meet and grow up with his own wife before they get married. They actually get married at a martial arts tournament. So, I mean, it's got romance, it's got action, it's got adventure, it's got life lessons in it. All around, it's a pretty good show. Everything that happened. After that, it just gets all muddy because, well, a lot of money was involved.
Yes, yeah. This show here was actually, it was really good, and Dragon Ball Z was really good. All the ones that came after, just, yeah, because he didn't really want to continue to go forward. It was like, they're going to throw money at me. Might as well.
I'm sorry, the amount of money they threw at him, even I couldn't resist writing something crappy and calling it art. Because it was a lot of money.
Coming in at number 17 was Dragon Ball. My fault. Okay, now before we continue, these next two, actually 16, has 2 videos. Because they were so hard to decide, we had to put 2 videos at Splot 16. And first, after the 2 videos, we'll explain why. But first off, here's Inspector Gadget. Now, Inspector Gadget. Who cannot? This dude is a cyborg.
Like seriously, there are things so wrong with this. Like, number one, the show's set in America, yet he's an inspector for Interpol. Okay, major problem there. Secondly, his niece has to be like the smartest 12-year-old in the history of 12-year-olds. She has a freaking computer in a book. I mean, like, they need to, like, kidnap her and take her to, like, a NASA government think tank and have her invent stuff. And they need to, like, dissect her dog and study why he's so smart. Because that dog had human-level intelligence. I mean, I'm talking about wears a trench coat and fools Gadget all the time. Never knows its brain. And the level of stupidity on the bad guys. I'm talking about minion level stupidity here. I mean, I have seen goblins do smarter stuff than these guys. And that's not saying much. Because they're goblins. They're cannon fodder. You blow those things up for the fun of it. But all in all, like, it's still a good show because, I mean, you get a lot of laughs out of it. A lot of laughs just from the sheer stupidity of everything.
Yes, you do, because it's one of those shows that gives you, you know, the girl and the dog, you know, it's his niece and her dog, and they're the brains of the operation. When Gadget thinks, "Oh, I'm the brains of the operation," when he's basically the moron of the horse.
It's just, and just some of the situations he gets in, and his niece and the dog save him, and then he's all like, "Oh yes, I'm always on duty." I'm like, dude, do you even know what's going on? Do you have any clue what's going on? Because I don't think you do.
But like I said, we would explain that these 2 videos that we have together on why they're both ranked at 16. We have Inspector Gadget, and then we have DuckTales. These 2 shows, basically are
absurd. The absurdity of them both is the reason why we couldn't pick between them.
So, with no further ado,
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales, woo! Every day that I've been making DuckTales, woo! Tales of daring, do that, and good DuckTales. Danger lurks behind you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just scramble to some DuckTales. Woo! Every day that I've been making DuckTales. Woo! Tales of daring, do that, and good DuckTales. Woo! Not ponytails or cottontails, no DuckTales. Woo!
yeah, and like we said, these two were so hilarious. You just couldn't piece which one could take a top slot. So
Like,
they share 16. They have to.
and again, like I said before, it's the absurdity of both shows. Like, in DuckTales, we have Donald Duck's nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, right? They get dropped off at Donald's uncle's house, Scrooge McDuck. Okay, like, I didn't even know Donald Duck was part Scottish. Did not know that. Did not learn that until I started watching DuckTales and was completely surprised. Okay, then the show gets even more absurd from there. Because, like, Scrooge McDuck is just, like, money-hungry billionaire with a giant, vault that's got all this money in it, and, like, the one thing he prizes above all of that is one dime. The first dime he ever made. And then it gets even more absurd because there are people who keep trying to steal this one dime. There's actually a sorceress, Magica Dispel, who spends the entire series trying to steal the dime.
Well, the dime was his first dime. It's supposed to be magical, or because it was so special to him.
A dime! His arch rival is another Scottish guy called Gromgold. And they fight over some of the dumbest stuff. And then it gets even better because, like, we add the nanny, Mrs. Beakley, and her niece, Webby, and it gets even better. Because now we have 3 boys, this one girl, and then off through all these weird adventures and everything. They're hanging out with Scrooge McDuck. They soften his heart. Mrs. Beakley appeals to him. They got a chicken inventor that keeps making all these cool things. We get Gizmo Duck out of it, who gets his own show, by the way. Launchpad ends up leaving and going to the show Darkwing Duck, which also was in the 80s. So, this show just spins off and gets out of control. And it's just completely absurd. It's completely absurd. What's really funny is that they actually had several of the characters from DuckTales make a guest appearance in an episode of Tailspin.
Ah, yes, they did. That they did.
Just levels of absurdity. That's the reason why both of them, we couldn't choose between them. They both had to be 16.
Well, folks, that's the end of these 5. This is Karic Wormblade signing off.